Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Sunday to you all. Fuses, welcome to the next installment in the On and Off discography deep dive with the We Must Love EP. Now, by this point, we are very familiar with the title track, We Must Love. We've done it on the channel now twice, will be thrice after today, and I think it's one of the On and Off songs that I have the most mileage out of, just because I've known about it for one of the longest times. But once we get to the B-sides, I'm very much out of the loop when it comes to this EP, so I'm very excited to get into it. I also believe this is the last era with Laun involved with the group, which is going to be very interesting indeed. I feel like with the You Complete Me EP, I was finally understanding what Laun's kind of contribution to On and Off music was, but now we're not going to get Laun anymore after this. So I'm gonna put him on the thumbnail again. I know there's 6 other members in the group, but there's plenty of other albums and plenty of other discography deep dive episodes that we could put him in. We can put the others in. And so yeah, Laun, I'll make sure to put Laun in the thumbnail again. Also bookkeeping stuff. Last week we did the You Complete Me EP. We did the ballad at the end of the album called 86,400. I said I might like this better than 24 Hour without realizing that it's literally the exact same song as Nijojkan, except it's in Korean. Thanks for pointing that out to me. It's weird. This isn't the first time that something like this has happened. Last time it happened was with Luna. I think it was their was it their Midnight album? I forget which album it was. Yeah, it was their 12 o'clock album. They have a B-side called Voice, or Moksori, which is in Korean. But they did an English version of it titled Star. And they did an MV for Star. And it took me such a long time before realizing that both Star and Voice were the exact same songs. It's kind of happened once again with On and Off. And, well, yeah. I looked like a little bit of an idiot last week, but you know what? It's not the first time that's happened, and we're just gonna take it on the chin and move on. So, On and Off's We Must Love EP album listen. Let's get started. Here we go! If I've accidentally said Infinite instead of On and Off, I can only apologize. I've got Infinite on front of my mind right now. They have a comeback. They have an anniversary single later today, and I just finished listening to one of their OSTs for OST Saturday. So, if my brain has gotten those two mixed up, which I don't know why it would, but if I have done that, I can only apologize once again. But let's get started with the album listen. 5 songs to get through. And well, the first one we are very familiar with. Track number 1, We Must Love. Lyrics by Hwang Hyun. Composition, Hwang Hyun. Arrangement, Hwang Hyun. You know what, since I know the song, I should probably pay attention to what the lyrics mean. It's a little bit quiet. Hate it when that happens. It is such a punchy song, isn't it? And such a switch following Complete. What is that reverse part saying? I've always wondered that. I should just put it into Vegas and just reverse it to figure it out, but Damn, that is a bar. I'm stronger in terms of immunity to sadness. My god. Yo, We Must Love is kind of heavy, isn't it? Oh, I never realized just how much extra venom that Laun puts in that final line for verse 2. This is a very vocally, like, I feel like this song had more rap than it did, but no, it's very vocal heavy, isn't it? Yeah, We Must Love is a lot more heavier than or a lot heavier than I thought it was. I feel like, I don't know if, I can't confidently say the lyric videos are accurate or not, but now that I think about it, it is very heavy in terms of like certain members and vocal, isn't it? I mean, I feel like Laun doesn't get a lot of vocal lines to begin with in On and Off, especially while he was within the group, but it feels like we didn't get a whole lot of like Ishin or Youth through that at all. And even Wyatt, like, we didn't get that big Wyatt rap verse like we do nowadays. Interesting. I guess that just goes to show how much their sound has changed too, hasn't it? Alright. Well, of course, we gotta keep moving because we've got new music to get to now. Track number 2, Ice and Fire. Lyrics by Park Ji-yeon and Wyatt. Composition, Ji-hye of Monetary Totem. Woods! Woods! Ji-hye and Woods, what? Oh, alright, I'm here for it. Arrangement by Ji-hye. I like where this is going. Yes, now we're starting to lean back towards that brighter EDM-y sound then, aren't we? Oh my god. That's just not fair, Hyojin. That's just not fair. Yes, and we got the Ishin high vocals again. Hell yes. He pulls off that high tone so well. Love a little AV action. I think why I love Ishin's high voice so much is it doesn't sound inherently masculine. It almost sounds feminine when he gets into that really high vocal range of his. And that is like the charm of that high vocal of his for me, and it works so well. if we're comparing high tones, Hyunjin's high tone and Ishin's high tones are very different. Hyunjin has that almost rich, fluttery high tone. Ishin's is super clean. And again, just doesn't have like the masculineness of the high tone. And I think that's so cool. That's so hard to do. Oh gosh, I thought we were almost done with the song already. No, this is just a bridge. Oh, hello, harmonies. This entire song is just a Hyunjin vocal flex, isn't it? Cool octaves. Again, cool octaves. We got some different ad-libs in there in that final chorus. It wasn't just one person. That's cool. I wish I knew who it was, but yeah, I feel like Ice and Fire is kind of just like the Hyunjin vocal flex song. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Hyunjin's got a lovely voice. There's a reason why we come back to him time and time again. Whether it's, you know, his special single, or it's his OSTs, or, you know, on and off tracks. But, damn. It's so high. The song is so high. Ishin, though. God, the Ishin sessions in Ice and Fire, very surprising to me. Very enticing. I want more of that. Ishin's high tone is so unique to me. And that, you know, I kind of waffled about it earlier, but it's very rare to get a male vocalist that just doesn't sound like a male vocalist when he gets into that high range. Sunyul of Uptension and now Waterfire is very much another one of those male idols that sings without the masculinity in his voice, and that's really cool to me. It's like if we're talking in like a choir setup, we call them countertenors. So male vocalists that sing above the tenor range, almost into like the female alto or female mezzo soprano range. They're very unique, very rare, but extremely talented. I want more of that Ishin. Because Hyunjin and Minkyun, even, you know, Songjin can sing really, really high, but no one can do it the way Ishin can do it. There's my passionate rant for the week. Congratulations, you got it early. Alright, next up, track number 3, Yayaya, lyrics by Minkyun, Y and Hwanghyun, composition Hwanghyun, Nopari, and Choi Young-kyung of Monotree, with Hwanghyun on arrangements. Oh, we getting a little elegant with it. That's why Minkyun is in the lyrics. Hello, rapper Minkyun. Wow, talk about hitting the brakes here, hold on. I feel like every single album I just keep falling more and more in love with Ishin's voice. Vocalist Wyatt on a non-ballad, hi! Wow. So, early days, Minkyun had a lot of rap sections, didn't he? Which I'm finding really interesting now that I think about it, because I feel like Laun gets a lot of, like, you know, ad-libs and rap moments. And yet, Minkyun has done less rapping now than he did back when the group technically had 3 rappers. That's interesting. But the switch? Yeah. The way it almost goes Latin dance elegant is really cool. Jazz? What? And then we're back into the dance vibe. Okay, this song is going all sorts of places. Yeah. Hey. Okay, that takes you on a journey, doesn't it? That might be one of my favorite B-sides, like early B-sides from On and Off that they've done, just because of how complex it is. Complex, but not confusing. I think that's the key thing about Yayaya, is the fact that you get very distinct genre switches, and yet it all flows seamlessly together. You get big vocal moments, you get soft vocal moments, you get a lot of rap involved. And yet none of it feels out of place, and that's really cool. Very hard to balance, I feel like, but that's very cool. Although this album is now showing that I don't think I truly understand what Laun's position is in this group right now. Because, again, you know, the whole rapper Minkyun situation, like, Minkyun and Wyatt very much on this song takes lead rap roles throughout the song, but Laun does a lot of like rap like ad-libs and stuff. But you know, now in the current day of On and Off, Laun is no longer part of the group, and yet I don't think we've really gotten a Minkyun rap section in the last like couple years. I wonder how that's evolved. And I mean, I think we'll learn how that's evolved as we go through the rest of the albums, because we still have Lord knows how many more albums to get through. But that's such an interesting dynamic to me. Anyways, we'll keep moving. Track number 4, Happily Never After. Lyrics by Yi Ju-hyung of Monotree, Wyatt and Minkyun. Composition Yi Ju-hyung and Nobody of Monotree, with Nobody on arrangements. Tasty vocals, hello, hold on. Vocalist Wyatt. God, it's really tasty. You hear all the harmonies? Hello? Okay, get melodic with it, Laun.
First love.
Oh, rapper Wyatt. Okay, So even though they're rapping, it's more melodic, isn't it? A proper Laun vocal section, finally! It's very groovy, very smooth, but very rich too. Alright, you reset the song one time. Second dose of wire? You know what this weirdly reminds me of? It reminds me of the Velvet side of Red Velvet's discography. Rich with the vocals, really smooth sense of rhythm. Man, that was a really tasty song. You just get vocals everywhere, and that's already, you know, we're already off to a great start, because I love me some vocals. But then you get into things like the melodic rap and the actual rhythmic rap sections. You get some call and response going on, the vocal runs are super pretty, and it's that smoothness. Even though there's so many layers in this song, especially that chorus, there's like 3 or 4 background vocal parts per every main vocal line, on top of the big instrumental sections. And yet it doesn't feel overwhelming, it doesn't feel too big, and it's just, ooh, it's rich and meaty, and there's a lot that you can like sink your teeth into. I like that one a lot. This is actually a really nice, well-rounded album so far, and I mean, we only have one more song to go, which is slightly a shame, because I feel like this album has just flown by, just. But you know what? One more song to go. Track number 5. This is I Do. Lyrics by Hwang Hyun and Wyatt. Composition Hwang Hyun and Nobody. Same on arrangements. All right, here we go. Well, actually, ballad. Do we get a ballad on this album? Let's find out. I don't want to pass judgment yet. Whoa! Oh, that's really cool. They're leading the main beats in this pre-chorus on the offbeats. Oh, hold on a second. Yo! I'm in shock. This is terrific, by the way. Hold on a second. Yeah, the way they come in vocally on the pickups is really cool. Oh, God, this EDM ballad anthem vibe. I'm glad this is a chorus that doesn't have a vocal top line. It doesn't need it. glory is in that synth part there. I don't want anything else masking it. Oh, the high Asian vocals. Oh, the high Asian vocals.
Your arm make me feel the beautiful vibe. 내가 너로 인해 바뀌어가. 원태어 깨끗이 편히 쉬어도 돼. I'll be the only one you're chilling with. My lady, settle down. 우리 내 함께
Oh my god. There's like a talk box quiet. Hyojin. My god, this is taking me back to 2014, man. And the peak of my EDM phase. Wow. That's really, really cool. And in fact, IDO has completely like what am I trying to say here? I was fully ready for a ballad. IDO made me completely forget that this album doesn't have a ballad. It's so good. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's got everything I love about the on and off type of sound. Rich on the vocals, really nice flow. Little bit of musical creativity, but also the EDM side of things. Oh, they've just put 2 and 2 together. They've made 2 and 2 equal a million here. Oh, so tasty. I love stuff like this, man. That EDM hit, I don't usually go back, but can we get that first EDM hit? I do. Like, that is the type of EDM sound that, like, video game YouTubers would have used in, like, 2011, 2012 for their intros and outros. What? And it's really cool that I guess if you want to call it the right hand on the synthesizer for this chorus, very much feels like it could be a vocal line sung by the members. It's just done using a synthesizer. And what's even cooler, for me, this final Wyatt rap verse before the final chorus is insanity. I love the evolution of it.
Your arm make me feel the beautiful vibe. 내가 너로 인해 바뀌어가. 원태어 깨끗이 편히 쉬어도 돼. I'll be the only one you're chilling with.
It's like that talk box effect is growing. Getting louder. That evolution is unbelievably well done, and if I have to pick a favorite B-side on the album, IDO takes it by a country mile. Oh my goodness. Oh. I think, if I have to say, this is probably their most complete album, like, to date, if we're going in chronological order. I mean, they're getting better and better as we go, and that's always great to see. But this We Must Love EP, I would probably rank above You Complete Me and the On-Off album just as an overall package. I love everything on this album. And even, you know, the title track definitely starts in that darker direction in comparison to Complete, right? We Must Love is a very much an emotionally heavier and darker song. And I think that kind of carries over throughout the rest of the songs. But even if it does, I think that just that cohesiveness of the entire album just rings so nicely. But yeah, IDO is an unbelievable B-side. And that was a fun album, listen. I will take that any day of the week. And in terms of what's coming up next, I know that in between You Complete Me and the We Must Love EP, we had the Japanese releases for On-Off and Complete. And that's got unique B-sides and stuff that we could have gotten around to. We'll do all the Japanese stuff at the later down the road. And we had a WM like family single. We had an OST in there as well. We're gonna have an OST in between the next album as well. Again, we'll do all the OSTs in one block, exactly how we did with From Us 9 back in the day. Which takes us to why. the Go Live album, which I feel like many people have said is going to be a very fun time indeed, and I'm very much here for it because, well, Y is our first taste in the dark and dramatic, isn't it? We also get Moscow Moscow, which was terrific, and 3 other B-sides that I don't think I've ever heard before, so I reckon we're going to be in for a lot of fun, but of course that's going to have to wait until next week. But for this week's, We Must Love EP, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you whenever I see you, whether that be next week on the next album or any of the other uploads we have throughout the week. See you then. Bye-bye.